Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Rashmi Sinha from Indira Gandhi National Open University. Today we are going to talk on the module Analysis of Human Body Physique and Composition from the paper Human Growth, Development and Nutrition. Now what are going to be our learning objectives of this module? 1. To understand the basic concept of human body composition and physique. 2. To understand how physique is dependent upon body composition. 3. To know about the factors affecting human body physique and composition. 4th, to know the methods used to analyze body physique and composition. The basic body form of an individual, which is visible only by looking at his or her body, shape and contours, is known as his or her somatotype or body physique. The concept of somatotype was introduced by William Sheldon in 1930s. Since then, it is a widely used concept by nutritionists, exercise physiologists, and even medical practitioners. We all are a combination of three basic types or physiques, that is ectomorph, mesomorph and endomorph. These morphological characteristics is basically inherited and is based upon selected frame and body composition. Body composition can be attributed to relative concentration of basic elements present in the body, that is water, lipid, protein and minerals. Body composition and physique are not constant entities and are altered both by genetics and environment. What are the factors that affect the body composition and physique? And they are environment and genetics. Let's talk about environment first. It comprises of all the factors related to diet, physical activity level, exercise and environmental stress. For example, diet high in fat, carbohydrate along with low physical activity levels leads to a state of high fat content and contributing to the increase in endomorphy element. We learn about endomorphy later. Genetics. Contribution of genetics in influencing body composition and physique can be explained with the help of following concepts. Heritability. Heritability accounts for variation caused due to recessive and dominant alleles and parental effect. Body fat as polygenic trait. So far, 125 genes have been identified which are associated with body fat, out of which 22 have been tested and proved by many scholars. Then imprinted genes are those genes which are differentially expressed according to parental origin. For example, there are two insulin genes, IGF-2 and IGF-R, which regulate fetal growth. These genes, when are paternally inherited, promote fetal growth and increase the chances of childhood obesity, while when it is maternally inherited, it leads to hindered fetal growth and decreased chances of childhood obesity. Another concept, epigenetics. In this field of genetics deals with the gene and environment interaction leading to genotypic and phenotypic variability in body composition and physiques. There are different models for analyzing body composition and physique. Naturally occurring basic elements like carbon, hydrogen and oxygen combine to form molecules. Molecules combine to form cell organelles, cells which combine to form tissue compartments, tissues further combine giving rise to organs, and organ system leads to the formation of body of a full-fledged organism. These levels of biological hierarchy represents various methods for analysis of body types and its composition. Two broadly classified models are two-component model and multi-component model. Two-component model was given by Benke et al. In 1942 and in which an inverse relationship was established between body density and adiposity. This was modified by Siri in 1956.
series equation is considered to be more accurate as it takes into account various errors calculated. Analysis of human body physique is majorly based upon somatotyping and somatometry. These are regarded as central techniques for determining one's body physique. Somatotyping refers to analysis of body physique based upon externally visible morphological characters, while somatometry refers to analysis made with the help of body measurements. Attempts for analyzing human body physique have a long and honorable history, with Hippocrates being the first to analyze human physique as linear and lateral. Kretschmer's system. He described four main types of physique. 1. Pycnic. In this, the individuals with short and thick set, with large body cavities, short extremities, round chest, small hands and feet, and body being well padded with fat belong to this category. Another category, athletic. In this, those individuals included who were with well developed musculature, body structure, and well proportioned body. Leptosomes were individuals belonging to this category who were characterized by linear trunk, limbs, and face with small bones and little musculature. This plastic, it includes individuals having admixture of characteristics of other three types. William Sheldon and his colleagues photographed 4,000 college men in three poses: dorsal, ventral, and lateral. Height and weight measurements were also taken. With the help of photographs and measurements, 18 indices were derived, which were used to classify individuals based upon the proportion of three basic components of body structure: endomorphy, mesomorphy, and ectomorphy. These components correspond to the three germinal layers: endoderm, mesoderm, and ectoderm. The three components, now we can understand what does it mean. Endomorphy, in the endomorphic individuals, they have preponderance of digestive viscera and are characterized by round and soft physique with less prominent body contours. The mesomorphic individuals have preponderance of bones, muscles, and connective tissue. They have muscular, sturdy, and heavy physique, whereas the ectomorphic individuals are characterized by linearity and fragility of body build. They have little muscles and fat. This figure now shows Sheldon's description of physique types, which were further developed from Carter and Heath. The 18 indices prepared by Sheldon and his colleagues were used to classify individual on 7-point scale. Least expression of a particular component was given by the point 1, moderate by 4, and the complete expression was given by 7. Hence, the three components were assigned points as follows. In endomorphy, it was 711, mesomorphic 171, and ectomorphic 117. Balanced physique was assumed to be having points as 3, 4, 3. Now, what were the advantages of this Sheldon's method? The method used for assigning any physique were based upon somatometric measurements, which can be taken as being reliable and easy for others to apply for obtaining similar comparable data. And the nature of the variation in physical traits was continuous. But then this method also had some disadvantages. Analysis of physique using Sheldon's approach requires detailed training and practice. Then, the method of photoscopy appeared to be more of subjective type. Then again, the scales used were arbitrary and so naturally they were less reliable. Many scholars argued that a person's somatotype isn't fixed and hence can change over a period of time, which we can also observe in our case also.
Conrad in 1941 tried to rectify the shortcomings of Sheldon's classification by taking into account other quantitative measures. He defined two indices, namely metric and plastic. Now, what is metric? Metric index was calculated by using body stature and transverse and sagittal chest girths, while plastic index was calculated using shoulder width and forearm and hand girth. The values of these two indices were then plotted in a coordinate system. Center of the coordinate designated an ideal body physique being metamorphic metroplastic type. Other types were designated using various axes on the coordinate representing other types of physique such as leptomorphic, pycnomorphic, etc.
Richard Parnell took into account the following anthropometric measurements to derive at the classification of human physique. He took stature, weight, skin fold at triceps, at biceps, subscapular, skin folds at suprailiac, and circumferences at calf, mid upper arm, bicondylar humerus, bicondylar femur. He used these 10 measurements to derive the estimates of three body components: fatness, linearity, and muscularity. Just as in the case of Sheldonian somatotype, these components were also related on a 7-scale point. The advantage of this method was that it was too objective and it paved way for other upcoming researchers to work on the concept. Now let's see what Lundman, how he described the body forms on the basis of racial and ethnic grounds. He used photographs, anthropometric indices, and other relevant physiological data. Heath and Carter, their method was most widely used one as it applied both Sheldon's photoscopic method as well as Parnell's anthropometric method. The analysis involves anthropometry. There were 10 anthropometric measurements applied by Parnell which are taken into account and are used to calculate various indices and ratios. Then rating forms and equations. The measurements are then filled into rating forms or into equations. Individuals and mean somatotype are plotted on and an improved somatotype chart which was proposed by Parnell is considered. Somatotype categorization, they are then categorized into the following 7 categories. Central, in this, no component differs by more than 1 unit from the other two. Endomorph to mesomorph. Endomorphy and mesomorphy are almost equal and ectomorphy is smaller. Mesomorph is dominant. Endomorphy and ectomorphy are pretty much lower. Mesomorph to ectomorph. Mesomorphy and ectomorphy are equal and endomorphy is smaller. In the case of ectomorph, it is dominant. Endomorphy and mesomorphy are smaller, and in ectomorph, endomorph, in this, both are equal and mesomorphy is lower. Let us have a look of all the methods in the analysis of body composition. Assessment of body composition can be done both in the laboratory as well as on the field. Thus, methods used for analyzing human body composition can be broadly categorized as lab-based and field-based methods. Now, what are lab-based methods? Densitometric method is one of them. Density of human body can be calculated as body mass divided by its volume. In densitometry method, this density is used to find out fat-free mass, fat mass, and percentage body fat by putting it into various conversion formulae. The density of body can be found out using any of the methods like hydrodensitometry. In this case, we use Archimedes' principle. Body volume is determined by weighing body once in air and then underwater. The difference between the two masses is equivalent to the volume of the body. The density is then calculated by dividing mass by volume. Corrections are made for the amount of air present in the lungs and gut. But then this has a limitation also. This method can only be used in adults, adolescents, and children above 8 years of age.
Air displacement plethysmography. In this method, instead of water, volume of air displaced is taken into account to find out the body volume. The instrument is known as BOT pod, and for children it's P-pod. The instrument consists of two chambers separated by a pulsating diaphragm which is used to vary the air pressure. Volume of air displaced by body when seated in a chamber is used to calculate the density. Breathing apparatus is used to measure the volume of air present in the lungs.
Potassium 40. Potassium, as we all know, is a vital mineral found in the intracellular fluids which can be used to estimate body cell mass. Body cell mass is the metabolically active fat-free intracellular space. Along with intracellular fluid, it also contains some intracellular solids. Hence, by measuring the potassium content in the intracellular fluid, body cell mass can be calculated. But again, also there is a limitation, as level of potassium in the body fluid can sometimes give inaccurate estimate of fat-free mass. Absorptiometry methods. There are two well-known absorptiometry methods. The earlier used dual photon absorptiometry and the recent one dual DXA, dual X-ray absorptiometry. In this one, a radionuclide source and a digital detector was used. In DXA, low energy X-ray source is used, which gives more accurate results. The method uses two-component body composition model. It gives us an estimate of bone mass, lean body mass, and fat mass. But this method also has a limitation, as it can't be used for subjects having metal implants and those who are unable to lie in supine position. Neutron activation. In this method, it makes estimation at atomic level. A shielded chamber is there in which subjects is bombarded with fast-moving neutrons. These neutrons interact with the elements of interest in the body like carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, etc. and form their respective unstable isotopes. These unstable isotopes emit gamma rays detection, of which gives the estimation of body composition made out of molecules of that element.
Let's learn what is isotope dilution method. The stable isotopes like deuterium oxide and oxygen administered orally in small doses. This increases the level of naturally occurring isotopes in the body. Body fluid sample is then analyzed using mass spectrometry. It gives the estimate of fat mass, and fat-free mass is calculated using total body weight measurement.
There are certain field-based methods also which can be used. Bioelectric method. TOBEC, that is total body electrical conductivity. In this, low energy electromagnetic coil is there in a gantry table. The body is made to transverse the coil, which creates disturbances in the measured conductance because of water and electrolytes present in the body. This distributed conductance is then converted into electrical signals, which are further converted into body composition estimates. Another bioelectrical impedance analyzer. The basic principle is similar as that of TOBEC, which we just discussed, but instead of a gantry table, electrodes are there which are used to pass low frequency electrical signals through palm and feet. The variation in the conductance due to body fluids and electrolyte gives the estimates of fat-free mass, which can be further used to estimate other body components.
Computed tomography. 3D images of tissues and various parts of organs are created from different angles in slices and spiral forms. equipment makes use of an X-ray source and a detector. The estimates of visceral adipose tissue, organ volumes, bone mineral density, etc. can be made at highly accurate level. Magnetic resonance imaging. In this, the subject is positioned in a strong magnetic field and is expected to radio frequency and is exposed to radio frequency pulses. These pulses are capable of exciting the hydrogen atoms in the tissues. Thus, the estimates of visceral adipose fat, organ volume, skeletal muscle size, bone mineral, etc. can be made accurately as every part of the body contains hydrogen atom in some or other form.
What are the changes that take place in body composition and physique during various stages of life? In infancy, there are rapid changes in the body composition and physique during birth and following time. During the first few days, 5 to 10% of infant body weight is lost, which is primarily water. Amount of extracellular water decreases while intracellular water content increases. Weight gets doubled by 4 to 5 months of age, major portion of which is represented by the brain. An infant has great amount of brown adipose tissue. As a result, it can be said that infants have more reserve stores of fat in them, shifting their body physique towards more of endomorphic type. In childhood, there is a little shift to body composition changes as infancy approaches childhood period. Girls have higher percentage of body fat than boys. There is a small increase in body weight. BMI peaks during late childhood. When in adolescence, there is a stage when drastic and rapid changes take place in the body. Sexual dimorphism appears to be more pronounced. Females get additional fat deposit as breast tissues and in the hips and thighs. Boys have an increase in lean muscle mass. It is an age of linearity. However, endomorphic content and obesity can result due to hypoactive lifestyle and bad food habits. Secular trends can result in varied levels of body physique in different individuals, though the age being of that of a balanced physique. In adulthood and senescence, there are visible fluctuations in bone and fat mass. Females gain weight during pregnancy, giving rise to increase in endomorphic element, resulting in increase in fat reserves. Male, however, tend to have nearly stagnant body composition during adulthood. Progressing towards senescence, both males and females suffer from unhealthy changes in body composition and physique. There occurs an increase in visceral fat, subcutaneous fat, and fat in the blood vessels. Women have drastic loss of bone mineral while premenopausal and menopausal period. Body physique changes from being more idealized one towards more of imbalanced type.
Anthropometry. During population-based studies, anthropometric measurements have proven to be highly successful. Basic measurements like weight, stature, waist circumference, hip circumference can be used to calculate the indices like BMI, which is body mass index, WHR, which is waist-hip ratio, etc. Measurements like mid-upper arm circumferences, triceps and bicep skin fold thicknesses can be used to calculate total area, fat area, muscle area and muscle thickness of upper arm. Anthropometric measurements can also be used to calculate whole body fat and fat-free mass and percentage body fat. Let us summarize what we have learnt in this module. The basic body form of an individual, which is visible only by looking at his or her body shape and contours, is known as his or her somatotype or body physique. We all are combination of three basic body types or physiques, that is 1. Ectomorph, which shows the linearity. mesomorph, which is muscular, and endomorphic, which is relative fatness. These morphological characteristic is basically inherited and is based upon skeletal frame of the body composition. Body composition can be attributed to relative concentration of basic elements present in our body, that is water, lipid, protein and minerals. Body composition and physique are not constant entities and are altered both by genetics and environment. The level of biological hierarchy represent various models of analysis of body type and its composition. Analysis of body composition can be performed both in the lab and on the field. Lab-based methods include densitometry, neutron activation, isotope dilution, absorptiometry, etc., CT scan and MRI. Field-based methods include anthropometry and bioelectrical impedance method. Analysis of human body physique is majorly based upon somatotyping and somatometry. Various researchers like Sheldon, Parnell and Heath and Carter have given different techniques based on these concepts of somatometry and somatotyping. Body composition and physique keep changing during various stages of life. Basic concepts into play is the relative proportion of fat and fat-free mass leading for idealized and non-idealized body physique conditions. Thank you.